I was the first in my family to have graduated from high school and gone to college. So I was clearly the first to break into corporate America. And I've spent the last 22 years in the high tech industry. So there's not many women to begin with when we think about that industry, and there's not many women of color. For me, when I look back, I think of the biggest challenge was not really knowing what to expect and how to hold the company responsible for the culture they should be creating to ensure that I could bring my full self to the organization. I was always often the only Latina on a team, much less the only Latina on a leadership team. So lots of feedback around, you're too ambitious, slow down, don't be curious about all what's going on, just focus on your work. When for me, it's like I was just trying to connect the dots and then feeling very lonely in many cases because you don't have a safe space to ask questions. And when you come from a first generation background, you don't want to be asking so many questions because that may look like you just don't know what you're doing or it looks like it's weakness. At the end of the day, it's not the job. And I'm a firm believer, it's not the job. It's most likely the culture. It's most likely the environment that really makes it very difficult. I found that as I continued to grow in my career and the time continued to pass, it got easier and easier. But that's because my relationships expanded, my network, people can speak for the work that I was doing. And that time, well, you can't get it back. That's the real issues that are still being faced today, is that lack of support, of how you ensure that you create that community to really support the individual.